Hi, this is Debbie Robinson at omhappy.com, and today I would like to teach a chair class. About a couple of years ago, I was asked to teach a chair class, and it was not something that I did a lot of. I brought the chair into my class, but never to do the entire class with chair. And in the past couple of years of teaching this class, it is amazing all that I have learned and the methodology I've learned to teach body awareness in the chair is one of my most enjoyable ways to teach. And in addition, in the recent months, I've had a lot of men come to class, and I find that men in general seem to have a lot of tightness in the back body, in the hamstring area. And being in a chair is a really great way to give feedback for your spine and your pelvis. So I use my chair in almost all my classes now, which is why I decided to put together these chair classes. So when you work with a chair, the chairs that we work with are folding chairs. So here's the chair that I've chosen to teach in today. Now, chairs are designed for a body of 5'5" and above, 5'4", 5'5" and above. So if you happen to be shorter than that, you might want some blocks to elevate your feet so the chair doesn't cut into your back thighs. And if you are tall, maybe 5'8" or taller, you could take a blanket and fold a blanket to sit on that to elevate so that you lessen the degree, this angle here in your legs. So let's begin. Just coming all the way back into the chair, feeling your spine, your back all the way up against the chair, and just coming with the eyes closed. Hands are on the thighs. Now the hands up, palms up towards the sky would be for a receptive position if you were feeling a little tired and you needed to receive some energy. And then if you were feeling a little flustered and frazzled and your mind was very active, a grounded position would be with the palms down on the thighs. So finding yourself in a comfortable seat, closing the eyes, letting the back go up against the back of the chair. Slide the hands back so the elbows come right underneath the shoulders. When our elbows are underneath our shoulders, it helps to bring more of an upright spine in our backs versus the rounded spine that can happen when the elbows are farther away from the shoulder joint. So sliding the hands back, finding the elbows underneath your shoulder joint, and then just closing the eyes. Starting to connect to the breath. So first noticing the connection of the feet in the floor, and then the connection of the body in the chair that you're sitting on, as well as the part of the chair that is supporting your back. And then feeling that there's safety all around you. So I like to sometimes, depending on whether you're tired or if you're having a challenge with balance, or if you happen to be in the aging population, which is anybody over the age of 30, since the body starts to degenerate in our 30s. If you are feeling a little shaky, sometimes spreading the legs and creating a wider stance, so coming into more of a pyramid shape, helps with stability. So if you are in that category, you can take a little wider stance. Otherwise, just having your legs at hip distance, closing the eyes, connecting to the breath, keeping the mouth closed, breathing in and out through the nose. So in yoga, we breathe in and out through the nose, and there's a couple of reasons for this. First reason is the primary defense system for the body is the nose. When air comes in through the nose, there's these tiny little hairs in our nose that trap stuff in the sky, and the immune system responds to it. In addition, there's a sticky pad. As the breath goes from the nostrils down the back of the throat, there's a sticky palate place there that some stuff can get stuck, and the immune system can deal with it there as well. In Chinese medicine, there is a saying that disease enters the body through the mouth. So another way, another reason. But in the yoga sense, it's the heat that gets generated inside the body that we want to keep inside the body. So now I'd like you to start deepening the breath. And maybe noticing the torso, the way the torso moves when you breathe. Noticing that on the inhale, there's this lifted feeling. And as you exhale, there's this grounded feeling. So we inhale, we feel this lift in our chest. And then as you exhale, feeling that sinking back down with the physical body. And then let's just take a couple more breaths here, just to make that switch from doing to being, from all the activities from before this class to preparing your body, mind, and soul for this practice. One more breath. And taking the palms, rubbing the palms together, feeling the heat generate inside the palms, taking the hands up in front of the face. Heel of the hand can rest on the cheekbone or just hover in front of the eyes. And then gently start to blink the eyes open. Once you get the eyes open and you get adjusted to the light at this level, you can then take the hands down. Taking the palms together behind your head, clasping the palms, cradling the head, and then reaching back so that you feel the feedback of the top of the chair in your spine. Head is up towards the sky. If this causes any discomfort in the back or in the neck, you could tuck the chin down towards the neck. Sorry, the chin down towards the chest. Getting the extension here in the spine, stretching the spine. Inhale, and then exhale. So now onto more body awareness. Bring yourself to the front edge of the chair. So still keeping your tushy on the chair, feeling the chair is cutting into my legs around this area. So I have this much of my body off the chair. And I'd like to do a pose called Sufi grinds. So taking your hands on your thighs, sliding your hands back towards your torso, reaching your chest forward. I want you to feel the body weight coming forward so that you feel the weight coming into your feet as well as on the front edge of the chair. Then I want you to take your body over towards the left. When you come over here, you're going to feel the pressure of the chair underneath the left side body. Then contracting the tummy towards the belly button, push the tummy back towards the belly button. Hands come towards the knees in a rounded back position, and then over towards the right. And then we're going to continue this. You're going to inhale forward, and then exhale when your body comes towards the back. Inhaling when you come forward, and exhaling when your body comes back. Try to match the pace of the movement with breath. You inhale when you're forward, and you exhale when you're back. Feeling the connection of the chair on the entire lower part of your body, the lower edge of your pelvis. So our pelvis has an opening, larger in women than it would be in men, because we give birth. So there's this opening, and I want you to feel that you're rolling around the perimeter of your pelvis. You inhale forward, you exhale when you come back. Inhale forward. One more time around. And then bringing yourself back to a neutral spine. Lengthen your spine by pulling yourself up towards the sky. And then let's begin inhaling forward and then exhaling other direction. Feel again that entire perimeter of your pelvis as you roll through the spine. This warms up the hip joint, warms up the lower spine. Some of the rotational muscles of the spine, the back of the body that attach the rib cage to the pelvis. You inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Start to take the movements a little bigger, a little farther. You'll start to feel more stretching occur. Imagine that your rib cage is going on the outside of the top of the pelvis. So try to get as much movement here. Maybe thinking of a big cauldron of soup, and your spine is the wooden spoon that is churning the soup in the cauldron. Last time, inhale forward and exhale back. Coming all the way through center, coming in between. Let's take an inhale and an exhale between each pose. Closing the eyes and checking in, maybe feeling the acceleration of the heart rate as we started to use some more muscles and some more movement into our bodies. Let's start to do flexion and extension of the spine. So typically throughout our day with sitting, standing, computers, texting, we are in more of what's called flexion in the spine. Rounding forward of the shoulders, showing you that from the side, more of a rounded posture. So we want to bring the opposite into our body. Let's take your hands, slide your hands back towards your torso, lift the chest up and bring your chest forward. Your chin can go up towards the sky. This is extension in the back body. We need more of this shape. Slide shoulder blades at the back of your body towards the spine as if you're holding a pencil in place. Continuing with the extension, inhaling forward. We're going to also add here the flexion of the spine. So to flex the spine, I want you to engage the belly. So turning the belly, pulling everything central, then pressing the belly muscles back up towards the spine, as if you're trying to flatten the lower back up against the chair behind you. Chin would come to the chest here. This is flexion of the spine. And then inhaling into our extension. Exhale, engage the abdominals, press back towards the spine to move the spine back towards the chair. You inhale to come forward. You exhale, belly button to spine, hands come forward to the knees, chin to the chest, round that spine as much as you can. Inhaling into cow pose, exhaling into cat. Inhaling into cow, exhale into cat. Begin to feel the weight of your body. When you come forward in extension, body weight comes forward. You feel the front of the chair pressing into your legs. As you exhale, you feel your body weight moving back towards the tailbone or the base of the spine. Inhaling forward, exhale back. Try to keep length in your spine as well, not falling and crunching down into this when you do your flexion. Really coming up and out with extension and staying lifted as you come back, using the core to push up against the spine to get lower lumbar to move, the lower part of your spine, that is. And then let's take one more in each direction. You inhale to come forward and you exhale to come into flexion. Bringing yourself up right here. The spine moves in 6 positions. That was the first 2, flexion and extension. Next, we'll move on to the lateral movement, the bending of the spine in each direction. Taking your hand on the side of the chair, the other hand comes out to the side, open up the palm and really stretch the palm. Look up close to see that you see white and red as you feel that stretch coming into your hand. Keeping the arm straight off the side of your body, making sure it's not forward here, but really keeping it back. Inhale to reach up, really reach up, 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 and then exhale over. You inhale to come up. Let's take the other hand this time. Really activating, stretching the fascia, the lining of our muscles here. Taking the hand, opening the hand, stretching, seeing the white and the red, feeling that stretch in, making sure that arm is alongside your body and not too far forward. This will bring more of a extension pose or flatten the upper back as opposed to having it in that rounded position. And then inhaling up and exhaling over. This will keep the spine more safe when you move, if you move through these patterns. You inhale up, exhale over. Inhale up, and then exhale over. Closing the eyes if you feel comfortable with that. If you wanted to make this a little bit more of a strength for the obliques, the side core, you could take one hand off the chair and you could bring a hand in front of you here. A little more work, you have to support your torso as you go from side to side. So do what feels right for you. Wherever you are today might not be the same as the place that you are tomorrow. So some days we need a more gentle practice than others. So just listen to your body, be gentle. Let's do one more on each side. Inhaling up and over. On the exhale, inhale, and then exhale. Bringing yourself back to neutral. The last two movement patterns for the spine are rotation in each direction. So I like to start really gently warming up the spine, taking the hands here in front of the chest. Now when we move from side to side, sometimes people are trying so hard to get over and move their elbows, but this is not about a big movement. This is taking the spine, getting the little tiny muscles that run through the spine to gently stretch as you twist. So I want you to inhale over to one side, exhale into the twist, and then inhale back through center. Exhale into the twist, inhale through center. Keep your neck spine in alignment with the rest of your body, so let your head go with your spine in this movement. Coming back through center, look down, notice what forearm's on top, and then let's switch forearms. Inhaling, and then exhale into the twist. Inhale through center, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last time, inhale and exhale. Coming back to center. That was all 6 movements of the spine: flexion, extension, lateral, and rotation on both sides. So now I would like to do a little flow practice to warm up the joints of the upper body. So taking our hands into what is called Tadasana. This is mountain pose Tadasana. So I want you to first notice that the palms, take your palms and make your palms face forward and back of your hands face back. Noticing what happens to the shoulders when you do that, that rounded feeling. And now, keeping the hands nice and engaged muscularly, I want you to roll the entire arm bone in the shoulder joint as you bring the palms facing forward. Thumbs almost as if you're hitching for a ride. Really let those thumbs come back. This is external rotation, feeling shoulder blades sliding onto your spine. You inhale coming forward, feel how the upper back loosens and softens and goes more into a flexion position. And then as you inhale, open here, a little extension comes to the upper body. And then again, forward. For those of you that have shoulder joint issues, this is a good position, a good pose to learn, or good positioning of the arm bone to learn. It's called internal rotation of the arm bone when the palms are forward, and external when you're open. The shoulder joint is a ball and socket joint, and it's like an orange sitting on top of a saucer. There's a lot of movement here for that joint. And when we live in our flexed forward position, our orange is too far forward on that saucer, pinching nerves here. And it's one of the more common injuries that happens with repetitive sports, but also as we age. So it's probably the largest complaint. Lower back and shoulder are the 2 main complaints in most yoga classes that I teach. So taking the hands back down into the Tadasana position, into the external rotation, slide the shoulder blades towards the spine. Feel how you feel more solid in the upper body when you do this, when you engage the muscles of the upper back. Taking an inhale here, let the palms face up towards the sky, let the hands come up towards the sky, let the face look upwards towards the sky, and then turning the palms down, let the chin come down towards the chest. Try to make this as big of a movement as you can. You inhale, turning the palms up. You reach out to the sides, up towards the sky. The neck opens in the front, and then the exhalation takes you back down, chin to chest, hands down. Inhaling up, and then exhaling. In and out through the nose. Inhale, and then exhale. Let's do one more time. Inhale, and then exhale. Let's bring your hands onto your lap. Let's close the eyes. Let's check in. Check in to see if you slid back towards the chair. I quite often have to remind people to come away from the chair. When we sit against the chair, we let the back of our body relax. We don't let the muscles do the work. When we sit forward, we're getting our erector muscle group on the back of our body attached to our spine to engage and activate to hold us in this upright position. So it is adding more work to the practice, but that's what we're here for. This next movement will combine a couple of movements of the spine all in one. So taking your legs, spread your legs a little wider here. Let's take left hand onto the thigh and bring the right hand forward. Really reach out here. Reach out and reach in front of the left leg, feeling the pressure of the body coming into the right arm. And then take the thumb, looking at the thumb, let's inhale to open, reaching the arm away, letting your neck track your thumb, not going any farther than what your movement in your body or in your spine will allow. Your exhale comes forward. Inhaling, watching the thumb, and then exhale forward. Inhale. Really reaching your hands as far away from you as you can, making this a big movement. Last time, inhale, watching your thumb as you move. When you get here, stay here, holding onto your left leg, reaching away, inhale. And then drop your hand to be in alignment with your shoulder joint. Flex your hand so your palm is moving away from you. And then take your arm and move your arm behind you. Now, if you feel any sensations that are not good in the shoulders, try lowering the arm or maybe not going back as far. But if you feel okay here, keep the hand here and then take the head, turn the hand in the direction of the left shoulder and then drop the chin down, getting the maximum stretch of the tissue and the tissue that the nerves run through from the neck spine, down the shoulder, down the arm, and into the hand. Take one more breath. And then exhale, release that. Let's come now with the right hand onto the thigh, taking left hand right in front of that right knee, getting your gaze on your left thumb. Inhale. And exhale. Looking at the thumb, tracking the whole time, only moving your body as much as you can while you are tracking, looking at your thumb. This helps to ensure the safety of the neck. So whatever movement capabilities you have in your spine, I'd like you to be as aligned as possible here as we rotate, flex, and extend the spine all at once. Inhaling last time, keep the hand up. Inhale. And then lowering the hand to be in alignment with the shoulder, flexing the hand, heel of the hand is moving away, and make sure the shoulder drops, so don't have the shoulder rounded forward, but rather have that shoulder open. Hand is behind you. Turning the head in the direction of the right shoulder, dropping the chin down towards the chest, feeling that nice, beautiful stretch come into the left side neck, left hand, left arm. Take one more breath. And then exhaling, bringing yourself back to center. Let's just sit back for a second, take a little break. Coming all the way back in the chair, just sitting all the way back, feeling the support of the chair, taking a couple of breaths here. And then one more. Opening your eyes, coming forward, continuing here, bringing yourself forward onto your chair. Let's take fingers in the front of the shoulder, thumb in the back, and then reach the elbows out towards the sides. Make sure you're not too far forward. Reaching the elbows out, really stretching, feeling the stretch here. Inhale. Exhale, as the chin comes towards the chest, the elbows come down towards each other. When you run out of breath, the inhalation begins. Elbows come towards each other, reaching up and open and out. Exhale begins. Inhale begins when the elbows come towards each other. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Let's do one more. Fully rolling that shoulder joint in that socket, causing all the lubricating fluids of that shoulder joint. Bring yourself back to neutral. Let's do some shoulder rolls. Bring your shoulders forward, Bring them up, bring them back, and bring them down. Forward, up, back, and down. Let your hands go for the ride. Let this be the shoulders that do all this movement. Don't let your arms, your hands be involved. And then let's go the opposite direction. So back, shoulder blades come towards each other. They lift up. They come forward and separate. They move down and back. Getting those shoulder blades to glide along the rib cage in the upper back, helping to loosen up any congestion in the upper back. And then one more. Let's bring a strengthening pose into this. Let's bring our forearms together. Palms are together. Lift your elbows up to shoulder height and keep your forearms away from your face. So make sure this is not happening, this is not happening. Lift up and move hands away from the face. Squeeze, press, palm into palm, forearm into forearm, elbow into elbow. Take 2 more breaths here. Stay with me, 1 more breath. And then taking the arms, shaking the arms out. So simple, it looks so simple, but yet so challenging. Let's do a little shoulder stretch here for the upper body. Eagle arms, this is called. So first, let's start to warm up upper body. Inhale here, and then exhale to hug yourself. Inhale here. Nice open, adding extension to that upper spine, crisscrossing your arms as you hug yourself. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms to open. Look over at your right elbow, knowing that this is the elbow we're going to put forward so that the left elbow can come on top of the right elbow. Taking your hands around your body, walk your hands back to get as much space as you can. Now press down elbow to elbow and then come into a wrapped position. Same thing as before, we want the elbows to be at the shoulder height and we want forearms to be away from us. So coming here into your eagle arms, you're going to press your left elbow into your right forearm. Inhale. And on the exhale, drag your arms over to the right, stretching that upper back in the left side of the body. You inhale to center. You exhale over to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale, over. Coming back to center. For those of you that are unable to wrap, and that's a decent percentage of the population, so don't be alarmed if that's you, meaning that you're here, you can't get it, or you're here and you can't get it. You would just take your right hand, hold on to the top of your left arm bone, and just pull the left arm bone over towards the left. Make sure the shoulders or the torso doesn't go for a ride. It's just this bone we want to pull over towards the right. If you can wrap, you wrap. And if you can't, you hold on to the arm. Taking the arms, let's stay here. Let's do the other side now. Arms are out and open, looking over at your left elbow. This might sound silly, but we get confused with right and left. So I really want you to put that in your mind, that the left elbow will come forward and the right elbow will go on top. Walking your hands around, getting your hands around your back here, and then pressing the elbows into each other to wrap the upper body. Eagle arms. Pressing elbow into forearm, forearm into elbow. If you cannot wrap, you would just simply drop your hand here, holding onto the top of that right arm bone, making sure that that shoulder is not up high, but rather just down, let it fall, and then moving the right arm over. And if you can wrap, you wrap. Let's inhale here. Exhale, move upper body over towards the left. Inhale through center. Exhale. Inhale to center. Last time, exhale over. Coming back through center. Let's take the hands. Let's shake the hands out and let's sit back and take a break. Close the eyes, just checking in. Feeling maybe what's happened in the shoulder joint, the stretching that took place. I'd like to do some strengthening work and some stretching for the shoulder. So for this, we're going to need a strap. If you don't have a strap, a towel will do. Coming back from the back of the chair, taking your strap and widening your grasp as long as you can with your elbows unbent. You're going to inhale to reach up and exhale, let your arms go back. Right here is where you're going to feel this big, big stretch. You inhale and exhale. Inhale when you rise up. Exhale when you come back. No bending of the elbows here, and if you feel anything in your shoulder joint that feels too much of a stretch or uncomfortable for you, especially when you're in this position here, then don't do it. So do what feels right for your body, not what somebody tells you to do, but rather what the voice inside you tells you to do. The most intelligent teacher is the voice you hear inside of your body, inside of your head. And then when you come to the back position, come here and stay here. Reaching up and back, getting that nice stretch in the shoulder joint. So the shoulder joint is the most mobile joint in the body and also the most prone to injury. And when we sit in that rounded flex forward position throughout our day, we close that shoulder joint. We have that orange that lives in that shoulder joint, that top ball of the humerus bone in the shoulder, too far forward. So this is really opening and taking that tightness out of our bodies that sitting, texting, computer work, and even standing can bring into our bodies. Take one more breath. And then exhale, bring yourself forward. So they say that sitting is the new smoking. So I think that that's why we need to prove that we can sit here in this chair doing this beautiful practice and doing the opposite of what gravity and life does to us. So here we have the strap about this distance. We're going to bring the strap up over our heads. Elbows are out towards the sides and start to pull really firm. Slide your shoulder blades towards the spine and then inhale, pull like crazy and exhale to lower. You inhale up, exhale down. Now depending on how much roundness you have in your upper back, you might have to move the head to get this action to happen. What I'd like to see is that you don't have to move the head at all. But if you have rounding in your upper back and you feel that you're coming down on your head, I want you to have clearance here. Sit up straight, reach your heart forward. And as you lower down, clearing the head without moving the head if you can. Inhale, exhale. I know you're feeling that burn, feeling all the muscles that are causing this action to happen, starting to talk to you. This is very supportive for that shoulder joint, so let's keep going. Exhale, last time, come all the way down. Pull out really hard. Pull in each direction, pulling onto the strap. Pull, 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 pull. Take one more breath. And then exhale. Take the strap, put the strap on the floor, shake out your arms, and bringing those shoulders up, back, and down, up, back, down, and then back, up, and forward. Great work. So let's move on to the ending part of class. Taking a block, if you have one, this is really nice to support your spine when you're in a chair. So just taking the block is on this, right behind me here. So take the block, placing the block behind your spine. Sit back towards the back part of the chair. You're not all the way back, but you're going to feel this nice supported position when you put the block behind you. Bringing your hands onto your lap. Let's move the neck here. So let's move the neck in the movements that the neck can move in, which are the same thing as the spine. It is the spine, it's the cervical spine, and it's actually the most movable, flexible part of our spine. It's where we have the most movement. So let's inhale. And as you exhale, slowly let the chin come down towards the chest. Feeling that stretch coming into the upper back and neck as you move. Inhale to lift the head up, and exhale to let the head go towards the back. Chin comes up towards the sky. When you get here and you feel the stretch coming into your neck, bring your bottom teeth to meet your top teeth. Inhale to rise. And again, exhaling, chin to chest. Inhaling to rise straight up. Go slow. Now if you hear crunching, exhale, let the head come back. If you hear crunching without pain, I've been told by the people that I study with, the physical therapists and chiropractors, that as long as there's no pain, it's fine. It's just aging, wear and tear. Inhaling to rise, exhaling back. Last time, inhale to bring your head back up to neutral. Now we'll do the lateral movement of the spine. So let's inhale here. Chin is level. And let the right ear move over towards the right shoulder. Don't try to get the right shoulder to come up towards the right ear. Just let this action happen. Whatever you have available, you'll feel that stretch coming into your left neck. Inhale to come up. And then exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale to come up. And exhale. I like to close my eyes when I practice because I like to feel what's happening. I like to feel what's happening first to see where I am in my body, but also to make sure that I'm not going anywhere that I shouldn't. So when something's not going right in the body will start to whisper to you. And if you don't listen to the whispers become louder and they eventually become screams. So starting to go inward and knowing your body so you can listen when you need to make alterations or changes. Coming back through center. Last movements of the spine are rotation. So inhale, and then exhale, let your head roll over to the right shoulder. Coming back through center on the inhalation, and then exhale to the left shoulder. Inhaling back through center, and then exhale. Very important to have this movement in your spine. You inhale back to center, last time on each side, exhale. Inhale back to center, and then exhale. Coming back to center, preparing for the end of the class, the Savasana. Savasana is the transition called corpse pose. So the body you came in with is not the body you're going to leave with because we did so much here. So this new body we've created, we go through the death rebirth phase in the corpse pose. So bringing your feet into whatever position is comfortable for you, wider if you need that stability, or hip distance if you can. And keeping the block behind your back if that feels really nice and supportive. Otherwise, remove the block. And then just bringing your feet so you feel all four corners of the feet touching the floor. Sliding the elbows so they're directly underneath that shoulder joint to relax that shoulder joint. Take that orange back in the socket, the top of that shoulder joint, the arm bone. Take the ball back in the socket. Tuck the chin slightly down towards the chest. And let's close the practice with 5 deep breaths. You inhale and exhale through the nose. We close the practice with sound. The sound in yoga is the sound of Om. A-U-M are letters given to denote that sound. But if you feel more comfortable with any vibrational sound, whether it's a humming sound, the letter M like but just getting that vibration going so that you connect yourself to all of life. Thumbs touch the sternum bone, which is connected to the heart. Slide shoulder blades towards each other. Tucking the chin down towards the chest, let's inhale together. Bowing to each other in Namaste. Namaste. At the end of class, we use the word Namaste to bow to each other. Namaste literally means in Sanskrit, I bow, or I bow to you. But the translation of that and the expansion of that translation is that the light in me recognizes and honors that same light in you. Namaste.